Hey guys, this is a second vlog because my previous vlog was getting too long as I included some information, but I'm going to walk you through all the different little changes that I have been doing. So I'm glowing because I have a mask on. What I did is I used some turmeric. I bought some organic turmeric and I put it, I sliced it and I put it in my face, and it turned my nail polish a bit yellow, but that's fine. And then I rinsed it off and I applied the Glam Glow Thirsty Mud because I'm trying to finish it, and that's why I look like this. So I had been just, doing a lot of those small tedious changes to my place. So I finally got to decant a little bit of semolina into these containers. I'm gonna have to buy a few more of these, but I wanted to really take the time to see whether I use them, and I realized that I actually use them quite a lot. So I always have stuff. I have here dates. Now that I'm starting to things are a little bit going back to normal, so I'm starting to be able to get some of the things that I usually like this honey. But in the meantime, I had gotten so many different honeys that I hated that now I'm just going through them slowly, but without punishing myself, because I know that eventually this is the honey that I like. I also have been going through different things that I had in stock. So I did finish a cashew butter that I had. I need to start using this one because it will expire. And then I have this almond butter. I like that with honey because it feels like amlu. And then I have some old nuts, old muesli. So I'm just going through a lot of things in here. This hasn't changed much, but yesterday I made a soup, so I'm almost down on my rice. These are the 2-minute rice things because sometimes I just can't be bothered. I need to find a solution for my spice area because this is growing. I have a backup. This is a backup of the olive oil because this is almost gone. But what I do is that because I buy all my spices, most of my spices from Dalesford, whenever I finish one of these, I just refill it with stuff. So like ground ginger, ground cumin, and if you're curious, the one thing that I always finish is actually smoked sea salt. So all of these used to be smoked sea salt because that's my favorite salt. But yeah, I think every time I want to clear the counter, it's not nice. Also because I make my coffee, I use a lot of these little spices that you see here, even if they look very weird, like juniper, nutmeg, and all of these. And so I keep moving these a lot. So I'm gonna look online to see if I can find a container where I can organize these, such that whenever I want to clean stuff, I just move the things, and also it avoids them being all stacked. But also if I can find something for inside here. Eventually what I want to have is all the pots to be like that. So I'm not going to buy specific pots for spices because that's a waste of money, but whenever I finish some of these, I'm going to buy a few more things from Dalesford, and then I usually refill them with stuff from other brands. Like sometimes I will get something from what is this, Waitrose. Yeah, there's a very nice line of Waitrose cooks. I use a lot of, for example, garam masala, and I actually use it for my coffee. I add it as part of the spices. So all of these things, I just don't like what this is looking like. So that's gonna be my homework for the day. I organized this a little bit, just a little bit, and here this is meant to be my larder. And again, I used to have a lot of things that were my go-tos, but over the past weeks when I was getting some random boxes, I ended up with stuff that, like cocoa milk, with I don't know what to do with this. I will have to look up some recipes, but the idea is for me to have, for example, all the tomatoes, all the pulses, and all the randoms, and this way whenever something goes way back, I know I'm running low, and then everything goes in here. So that's the state of this one. Here I have just organized a little bit. I had this for sweet biscuits. It's just a box of, it had biscuits already to begin with. So when I finish this and I have another box, I will have it for cheese crackers, and then I'll have one on top of the other. But something about having containers just helps with the visual clutter, because I had mentioned this a few months ago, but with my hyperactive brain, it just helps to have a lot of organization and count. So I think it's part ADD, part OCD, but it just helps calm my head. The reason why I actually started doing all of this anyway to begin with is because this fell off. This little hair fell off. I used to have a hook here, so I need to find where I put my hook, and then instead of doing, because I'm doing all of these little improvements slowly, instead of just looking for the hook, which I still didn't find, what I did was every time that I look at a place trying to find my hook, I just organize the things in there or think about it. I have been organizing this area. I keep reorganizing it, but like for now I have removed the box that I had because I'm getting rid of some shoes, so I'm going to put the box in there. Instead I just flipped this vase, and I have this thing that used to have all kinds of random stuff, but I'm putting here this little lamp because I found out that if I have it straight in front of my webcam it works best. And I also have added a small mirror here so I can check myself, because I tend to be extremely shiny. And because of that, I'm also going to add a powder. I'm going to take it from my makeup section to here, and in here I'm trying to put even more pens, because I have been going through pens, and I'm thinking of having a small makeup pouch so that I put these things like the random makeup bits in it, because they don't need to be on display all the time. And that's again one of those things of I don't want to have as much visual clutter, so I'm going to rearrange all of that. And the funny thing is I still didn't find my hooks. I don't know where I have put them. I also at some point, maybe tomorrow, I want to organize this drawer, because I have these two drawers and they have all my electronic and photography stuff, but I don't need to use both of them. So I think I can definitely, if I organize this really well, I can keep just the top one, and then I need to see what to do with this one. Perhaps I could bring some things from my storage. And I have this thing that I still haven't organized that has my mentees notebooks. You guys know I have a notebook for every mentee, and then just some things that I use. So I think that this setup, because this is very deep and it only has a few cables, is definitely not ideal. So I need to think about how to optimize this. I was hoping maybe I could get a box like this one that I had gotten before the lockdown from Flying Tiger, which actually hosts all of my shoe care, but now that it's closed I need to find another way. But yeah, I still didn't find my hooks. I need to think, where could I have possibly put them? Perhaps in my room. This has just arrived. I don't know if you can use these separately, because then I could probably use one here and one above, or one under here. Let me figure it out and then I'll update. Alright, so it's two pieces. One is slightly taller than the other, which is great. That means I don't have to use them in the same space. So I'll try first with the larger one, and if it doesn't work I'll try with the smaller one. I'll start by putting the extras. These are refills that I don't need for any time soon. I use a lot of Ras Al Hanout, but I already have one open. I finished. This definitely looks crowded, but in my head it makes sense in that the things that I use the most are up front. So I use a lot of organic parsley leaf when I cook Moroccan food. This also goes into Moroccan food. Cumin. And then these three bits are stuff that I typically would have in my coffee. So I like to have juniper berries, cloves and nutmegs. I also have ground cinnamon in here. And I think just having all of this stuff in here makes me realize just how many spices I end up buying. It's just a habit that I've always had. and so over time my hope is that this will become a bit more under control. I haven't used this second one, and now I'm wondering whether I want to use it here so that both of these things are like spices and then it's lighter, or do I actually use it for the honeys and the stuff like that, because I kind of like having this clean counter space. I think it looks much better, especially that I have these bits in there. I might actually make this a second spice area and make it less crowded, and then move this bit towards there and the larger bit towards here, because this is just very busy because I had a lot of rices and stuff, but as I eat through the stuff I think it's going to be better. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm putting the backup of the olive oil because I have the baby version of that, and I also the bottle. I will also put a backup of the coarse salt, which I typically fill in here, because these are things that I don't need to reach often. This is now taking shape. Back there you have all kinds of salts, and my two most used ones is the cooking salt and the smoked one. And then you have the most used things for Moroccan cooking. I have some backups of salt and stuff, and the boxes under here are the unopened ones. For the opened box, what I have been doing right now is just cutting off this hanging bit because it just annoys me, so that they're all level, and then I'm going to organize the rest of the stuff. This is done. I actually like this setup much better. I think I will be using a lot more stuff this way. I have this dead space here and here, but this is enough for me to squeeze one of those boxes should I get something from Waitrose. But at least having that overview is quite nice because it allows me to want to use certain things a bit more, and it's not as crowded as the previous setup. Eventually I will have all boxes looking like this, so that's nice. I'm not going to relabel all of them, but for the ones that I use a lot of, I obviously try to have that label. There are certain things I might not necessarily purchase, like this pretty rub. I liked it, but not enough for me to want to always have it. So that's also helps me assess the things that I might have bought for wishful thinking that don't really apply. Like for example this seaweed over there. I don't use as much seaweed. I have some rose petals. I might use these in the next time that I do a Moroccan dinner, just for decoration or something like that. But yeah, pretty happy with that. That's very satisfying. Now I will just need to bring these, I don't know, do I need to bring them to the same height? If I bring it to the same height, I'm not going to be able to have the salt, and I'm not going to be able to do the double deck in here. Maybe I'll do that next month when I finish one of the containers, and then it's a little bit more balanced, but for now I will leave it like that. I think it will be very aesthetically pleasing once I have it down, but let's not rush things just for the sake of aesthetics. I didn't feel like reshuffling all the shelves, so for now I've put my honeys and butter in there, and I put a couple things in the breakfast nook, but they're probably expired. And for now, the things that used to be in the cupboard here will just live here, and I'll leave it at that for now. I will reassess next week, but I'm not rushing anything. We are still locked down for quite a long time, so I have many other weekends to do that. Also finishing on a teeny tiny haul. Sorry if you can hear the drilling outside. They have been doing some work in the street. But I went to Boots to pick my prescription, and while I was there I picked a few things that I needed. So first thing is just this eye drops for hay fever, because pollen has gone crazy in London. Even if you keep all the windows closed and you hoover and all of that, it just doesn't work. So you need something. This is a natural balm, a barrier balm that I used to buy for somebody in my team when he had the worst hay fever ever. But because the concentration of pollen is so high, even I, who usually have a very high tolerance, need a sort of barrier. I finished my base coat, so I'm going to use this one. I couldn't find any proper base coat, so I ended up buying this thing that is a 3-in-1 treatment, but OPI is a good brand, so that's fine. Also, I'm several weeks overdue for my dental hygienist appointment, and because I know I'm not going to do that anytime soon, I just decided to buy some picks and something like that and try to do my own teeth cleaning. I will be very, 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 very gentle because I have very sensitive teeth, but at the same time I just don't want you know, to get a lot of cavities and things like that, because one of my issues is that hereditary. I get lots of cavities very easily, regardless of how well I take care of my teeth. That's why for me the hygienist is really a non-negotiable thing. But obviously I'm not going there anytime soon, so I just decided to get these little bits. So that is that. I'm now going to do some work. Not work. So that is that. Hey guys, I'm having a break from work. And because I have decided that all my 5-minute breaks are going to be away from my computer, I am now going to fix my Lululemon leggings. So if you remember, I had these leggings, I bought them last year, and I only worn them once before they actually snapped. So the elastic, I had tied it, and when I knotted it when I went to a gym thing, the knot was really bad and I had to cut them off. I was still wearing them, no shame, because they're really amazing, but they're very loose up top because I have a smaller waist. So I ended up buying some black elastic. It took forever to arrive, but I'm going to use my break to actually fix this thing, and we'll see how that goes. And then if I have another break, I'm going to try and find the button on one of my dresses, the fall dresses, because the mid button that you have typically here fell off, and I need to find a replacement and try to sew it. But for now, I'll do the leggings first. Good morning. I'm about to start my working day, and because I'm just spending so much time, you know, around, I have been playing a lot more with makeup, and today I thought I would try this lip gloss. This is my first time using it. You know, it was still in its plastic. It's by a brand called Lottie London, and this is in Glossip Girl. It is a full coverage lip gloss. I honestly did not think, or maybe the color is hype. I think maybe the color is hype. I did not think it would be that full coverage. Like, I honestly thought it would be a very, very light kind of lip gloss, and then I applied it and I get this, bam, and it makes my teeth look so white. So yeah, it's just one of those random things where I was just getting ready in the morning, and I thought I'd share. First time using this brand. It's a few days later because I just was so busy, but I have just finished mending this, so now I have an elastic inside, and then I will be able to wear this like a normal legging, like this one. I have this one from Lululemon. This one doesn't have an elastic, but because this is so high-waisted, I would be able now to wear it outside if I venture out. So I'm now just going to pop this in the wash, and that would be my task of the day done, because I've done laundry, I've done a dishwashing load, but I'm very tired, so I'm just going to sleep. I have been very low energy. My sister told me that I sound very weak, and it's because I just think I don't get enough rest, mental rest, so I need to work on that. But yeah, that's one thing done. Today would have been officially 2 months since I started my lockdown, because I started before the UK went officially into it, and I'm not feeling well, honestly. I think maybe part of it is also the rhythm. My rhythm has changed in Ramadan and all of that, so I think I haven't been eating well. I'm not really super hydrated, and also it's been over a week or 10 days that I did not work out, so that definitely feels strange, especially that I had, oh, I just realized that this thing dropped from my little candle. Oh, my stomach is grumbling, and so I just I definitely feel in a funk. Yesterday I tried to do something nice, like I painted my nails, probably gonna do my toes later, but like I definitely feel in a funk at my place and not enough energy. I don't want to go out, so I thought I'm gonna try to work out, but then when I brought my bar, I decided I'm a bit bored with parkour. I'm not even sure whether I'm bored or whether it's just I'm getting into this funk. But anyway, so I did some stretches for my back. Oh, now I remember why I did not work out last week. Okay, now I get it. So what happened is I had this, I typically have knee pain, and that's something related to just my congenital knee dislocation. So that's something I'm used to. But there was a time where actually the pain was so much that I was so scared I even contacted a doctor online, and they never replied, obviously. So that was that, and that's why I had stopped. I taped my knee and all of that, and then once the knee pain disappeared, 2-3 days later I get the worst back pain here, like somewhere where between my kidney and the front here, and it would be changing depending on the time of the day. Sometimes every night it would be a different pain, and I wouldn't be able to sleep because of that. Like, it was just that sharp pain that was in there, and I tried different ways to sit. My ergonomic chair is still not here, and I know it's been weeks, and I cannot wait to get it because it has a nice seat. It has extra, I ordered it with extra lumbar support because I know that I'm prone to these things, and I know that this is kind of stuff that would definitely impact my lifestyle because it obviously impacted my sleep. But yeah, so I stopped using my cushion because that's the cushion that it's a meditation cushion that has some beads in it. So I stopped using it on my desk over there, and instead I just put two soft pillows. But definitely my back is killing me. I really need that chair. I hope it comes in the next few days. Anyway, so that is a very long digression, but what I wanted to say is I'm about to get a free trial of the Bar 3. That's initially also how I signed up for Barcore. I signed up for 2 weeks free Barcore online classes. Then I liked it. Then I decided to pay for the subscription. It's £25 a month, and I kind of like it. But I feel that maybe there isn't much variety. And at this point, I'm not sure whether I'm fine repeating things enough because it helps me see my progress, or maybe what I need to get out of my funk is get a new type of classes. But I obviously don't want to pay for something else, so I just decided to give this Bar 3 a 2-week trial. And then apparently on this one they keep updating classes. They have new classes every week. They stream a lot of different things, so I will just compare the two and see whether I get better with this one. Anyway, it's 2 weeks free, so I'm gonna try it. If at the end of the 2 weeks I find that I get along more with Bar 3, I'm going to just cancel my Barcore subscription and switch to this one. I didn't check what the pricing is, but that is my plan for the day. What I'm going to do after I sign up is I'm going to find a very easy class and try to do that, because I feel like my back definitely needs the break, but at the same time I need to keep it moving in ways that it is not right now because I haven't been going out of the house. So I feel like I need to get some movement in, really just to get some tone in. I also feel that maybe my feet don't even know how to walk, you know, because I just walk around the house, right? But it's not much. It's not like when you have that sustained movement wearing proper shoes. So I might actually later on today just go for a 10-20 minute walk just to, you know, get back into that movement, because I think it would be good for my knees and also having that upward stacking of my back. But that is the boring health portion of my video. Right, so I signed in and I checked. The price is $29 a month, so that's close to the £25 a month that I pay. So I guess this is US based. It means I will also pay a little bit of an exchange rate or something like that, but fine. I don't really mind. The good thing already that I like is that they start by asking me questions about myself to tailor the classes, but I also have the option to opt out. That is something I didn't have with Barcore. So I will answer the questions, get started and all of that, and then I'll see what class I take, and I'll tell you about it once I'm done. I swear this is not sponsored, but I really like the approach, because they try to see what are my objectives. They want to understand whether I have any injuries, pain, etc, etc. So they really have tailored based on that. I wanted to go very slowly, so based on that they started me with foundation work. I chose that I wanted to be stronger. I currently have lower back pain, so they're going to include modifications in my videos, and because I said I don't want it to become too much of a burden, it's going to be 2 workouts per week. So let's see.
And leave you feeling empowered.
Here we go.
Focus where that knee is tracking right over that second toe. Your abs are engaging all the way down and all the way up. Just notice how your body...
I just finished and it's been 30 minutes. I would say it wasn't easy, but I actually felt it. So it did feel almost like having a hug. I think it's the way of teaching, because this is a foundation class. They kind of tailored the tone and everything that they say, such that there is nothing too abrupt. I feel that if I compare it with the parkour typically brings the competitive, don't give up side of me, because it has so many repetitions and all of them are pretty hard, so it's very fully tightly packed. This one was very soft. I think it's already a good thing that they have these foundational classes, because she definitely talked through every single thing, and so it did feel like more didactic, more educational, and I kind of understood why I was doing every single thing. So if you're just starting, I think that just from looking at the foundation course, it's already good. After the end of it, they ask me how I feel, etc, etc. I'm going to continue using this app for the next week or so, and then I'm going to transition to the let's say more intense classes, because I think that's where I get to compare it with the parkour. But already just from a differentiation of levels, I feel like this is really nice, because there are days like today where I really need to be gentle with myself, and I certainly didn't need somebody to make me competitive. I think it's my sister calling, so I'll just check that. I did my hair, just little twists, so that it's a bit out of my face. And I went for a walk, and people down the street are having a street party. I just can't understand. Like, they're having champagne, they have balloons, and there are about 30 people there. Anyway, I can't judge too much. At least I did a second round of laundry, so I washed all of my workout clothes, and now I'm going to organize my desk a little bit so that it's ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow is Monday and I have to work. My kitchen is fine. I'm gonna need to think about what to cook later, but I'm not really sure why I am so low energy. I think it even came across in my videos. I mean, I spent a bit of time not even filming just because I didn't want to show low energy, but I'm not sure whether it's maybe... It can't be the weather, because we've had all kinds of weather. So we've had cold days, we've had hot days. Today is a pretty much a spring kind of day. And then I thought again, maybe it's because I stopped working out, but then I did stretch a bit this morning, and I did, as in, like, I did that very slow bar class, and it wasn't good enough. And I went now for a walk, because I thought maybe it's because I didn't see the sun. But then again, doing all of these things just one day is not enough. So I'll try to do that every day next week. As of Monday, I'm gonna try to do some kind of workout, some kind of walk outside, and we'll see if I get better, because I just don't like how I feel. I just feel so lethargic and tired, and I can't do anything. And I plan every time to do... Oh my god, I'm so pale. I plan to do... I definitely need to walk outside a lot more, because this is just not the right color for me. Oh, okay, no, that's better. Oh my god, for a second I thought I was too pale, but I think it was just the light adjusting. That's much better. Good. Hey, I haven't been vlogging a lot because I have been extremely busy. It is 9 p.m. right now, and I am still working. This weekend is Eid, and I'm very excited because I'm going to do a socially distanced picnic with my friends. One of them has suggested that we actually cook Moroccan food and stuff, but I am not there yet. So it's already a very, very big step for me to see somebody even socially distanced. So I will not be cooking for other people, and I will not be sharing utensils, because I just think that would be way too soon for my comfort level, even if there is no specific guidance on that. So yeah, I was that nasty, negative person who said, nope, no potluck. Everybody brings their own food and eats. So yeah, I'm extremely tired. I need to continue working. But one good thing happened. So Waitrose had sent me a survey. Oh my god, I look so tired. Had sent me a survey link, and I filled it out. And one of the things that I said was that I wouldn't consider buying from them again, because when I needed them, it was just impossible to get anything. And then a couple of weeks later, today, they sent the usual email with offers and stuff, and I got in, just, you know, with no expectations, and I managed to find one single little spot for this Sunday, and I was happy. So while I was upset at them, I'm just glad I can actually buy a few things. So I'm going to place an order, and that should also arrive on Sunday, right after my picnic, I guess. But at least that saves me time and stress, because I don't want to go and queue and touch things. Not even because I don't think my time is more worthy than other people's. It doesn't matter that I work long hours. I mean, everybody has their own type of stress. Even not working is its own type of stress. For me, it's more the mental health impact, because as you guys know, and I have mentioned many times, I grew up with OCD, and I have that intense fear of contamination that is not made better with all the pandemic talk and the virus, etc. And as I said, people in the UK cough in the open air and sneeze in the open air, and that's always something that kind of grossed me out. But with the current context, it's just even more. And I feel that being constantly on alert has just had a toll on me, and I haven't gone out in many days. So that is a good thing, having a grocery slot. I also managed to finally get a therapy slot for my OCD. I mentioned in one of the previous vlogs that I was trying to do it with this platform, Silver Cloud, online, self-paced. But I did a few sessions, and then I just wasn't able to have that discipline to do it, because I obviously work all the time, and it's a very tough time at work. But after I managed to find a practitioner to do that via Zoom, I have booked the sessions, and I have informed my team at work, so they know that I have therapy and not to book any meetings at that time. I will start in about 10 days, so hopefully that would work. That would help, because it's really, I am in a low place. And not having my usual ways of releasing pressure just takes a toll, because I know everybody goes out. I know that people go to the beach. I know that people don't care anymore. But instead of making me feel better, these are the things that actually make me feel even worse. It's just that knowledge of things not being well. So I'm gonna work, I think it's 9. I'm gonna work for a couple more hours, and then tomorrow is Saturday. I might work out tomorrow and meditate. I think I'm going to have a very slow day tomorrow of just working out, meditating, working out again and meditating. Nothing sweaty, working out, I mean just doing stretches and things like that. because I really need to decompress. It's been a very tough week, and you guys would have noticed that I was very late in, like, I was not posting a lot and everything. I'm one of those people who always suffer in Ramadan. Like, I'm not a nice person to be around. If I'm hungry, I'm not a nice person to be around. If I'm low energy or tired, I'm like those babies who become very cranky. So that's why I saved you the trouble of having to live with me in that condition. So yeah, I have a couple cookies, you know, to keep my spirits up, but I'm nowhere near finishing this work. Okay, I need to close this vlog because otherwise it's gonna be too low energy, and you know, I don't want to I try to never make videos when I'm low energy, because I like my channel to be a positive kind of channel, but at the same time I thought, I know what, let's keep it real. Every now and then you have to see a video when I'm not, you know, feeling amazing. I'll see you soon on my channel. Take care.